Okay, fellas, listen up, please. Now, the new season starts today, and we have a chance to do what no Icelandic club has ever done before and win 7 league titles in a row. Now, you are all very highly paid professionals, so you should have no worries doing that at all unless something goes very wrong. And just so we're clear, guys, before the season starts, nobody leaves the club unless I say so. Is that clear? Yes, or Markson, you can leave the club.
Saman til sigurs hrópum áfram Grindavik og ég veit við fagnum í dag.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on The Impossible Dream as we start Season 9 today. It's very, very exciting. We have a quick look here at the state of the club as we enter Season 9. We are predicted to win the league. We are still the only professional team in Iceland. I don't know what we can do to try and change that. It has to change, as I've said before. Some other team in Iceland, at least one, needs to come with us in Europe, or else the league is just not going to grow. We're not going to be able to get the best players in. We have a reputation of 2.5 star. It is the highest reputation in Iceland. We are a determined squad. I am obviously the manager. Vakali, to complete the Aussie 1-2, is the captain. Kolla is currently the vice-captain. Higuain, who we've got on loan this season from Manchester City, is our key player. Palacios, who's out on loan, is our hot prospect. And if we go and have a quick look at the club vision, we can see here that we're doing a decent job, as you would expect us to be. I mean, as the only professional team in Iceland. If we have a quick look at what the supporters are thinking, and they're disappointed we're not playing defensively solid football, and they want us to play counter-attacking football. So, yeah, it's a little bit, and become recognised as the best of the rest. I mean, I don't know if they're talking about Europe there or not, but anyway, I don't quite understand how they reaching these things, but I am a favoured personnel at the club. I am the only club legend, which is flattering, I suppose, amongst other things. So yeah, that's the way that the fan makeup is looking coming into the season as well. And a quick look at the squad dynamics. We haven't done this in a little while. There is a few unhappy players. Mostly it's to do with not being able to leave. I mean, all Markson wanted to go to Saudi Arabia, which we said no to. But Carly will be fine in the long term. And then we've got a couple that wish they could have gone out on loan. I would have let him go to Folsna, I think. I don't understand. I don't remember getting that bid. But anyway, other than that, it's all looking good. The hierarchy, we can see here, we've got our team leaders. Why doesn't Bakali support me? Your club captain, and we're from Australia. I don't understand that. Antonio is the only highly influential player. We need obviously the bottom to start pushing itself up a little bit. There is still a lot of young players, which is probably why we see so many just other players. But yeah, hopefully that'll all start to come together and players will establish themselves in the near future. And the social groups, it is a little bit fragmented still. We're trying to work on doing team bonding and stuff like that. Hopefully that'll start to come together. Well, it should come together anyway as the season goes on. Now, speaking of the season going on, let's have a look at the season preview. And we are the heaviest of heavy favourites. 32-1 on 50-1. Is your next best bet there. You can see the other European teams, IA, Vikinga, and who is that? Oh, poor. So yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, we'll see how they get on, won't we? If we have a look at the best 11, the dream team, it is an all Grindavik best 11. So that is how far we've come now. Everybody in the best 11 is one of our boys. If we go and have a look at some of the key players, Higuain and Diana, who have 2 new signings for us this year, are considered to be the best players in the league. If we go down and have a look here, do we see any ex-players? And I think the key is going to be we need to start getting some good players to go elsewhere. Niall Huggins, who of course we have had in the past, but yeah, there's not too much there. And as I've said many times, the issue I'm having is getting our players to go elsewhere in the league. Other clubs aren't coming in for them, even though I transfer list them and loan them and offer them just to domestic teams. Yeah, you know, I'm willing to pay wages and all that kind of stuff, and I just can't get them to go to other Icelandic teams. You're all going to Norway and Sweden and places like that. So yeah, a little bit frustrating, but we can only keep trying, can't we? So these are the opening day fixtures. You can see IA have already won their opening game against Vikinga. I'm expecting IA to probably be our biggest threat this season, if we can call any other team in the league a threat. You can see there the Icelandic Cup is underway. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of Valur. Now, they are newly promoted, but they are probably a better team than that. And this is the team we're sending out to face the first game of the season. As I said at the end of last episode, what we'll do today is we'll basically play this team. We'll switch it up, all 10 outfield players, and then we'll play the second game, different formation, and kind of get a feel of what we have. So it's going to be Rafferson in goal, Depe, Immonen, Mosquera, and Tom Jones, one of the new signings, making his first league appearance at right back. Antonio, Jonsson, and Bakali in midfield. Ture or Higuain are the wide players. Gadini goes up top, and the bench is strong. Although Mortensen's a little tired, I wonder if... it's fine, we'll just leave. You'll see Markson is unhappy. He does actually want to go, as I think I said. So, yeah, I don't really want to let him go, if I'm honest. I still think he is a useful player for us to have around. So these are the team sheets. You'll notice Iskala is being registered in the league this year, so that's obviously a good thing. Do we recognise any names in their team? I don't think so, do we? All right, this is the match we should be winning. Let's make sure we do. We can get on board with that. We're away from home here, so it might be a little bit tricky than it otherwise could have been. And I always feel, especially in the Premier League, obviously it's a game, so it doesn't quite match up everything I wouldn't have thought. But I always feel playing a promoted team, especially on the first game of the season at their home ground, but even their first home game of the season, is just that extra bit of difficulty that you don't otherwise need. But we faced them in the Icelandic League Cup in pre-season, and we beat them. So all things being equal, we should have a team that's capable. We should have a team that's capable. Not even all things being equal, 10 men. We should have a team that's capable of beating them. But yeah, this is, I think, too, the way that I'm thinking that we're going to line up in league games. I know I bought Diana, and he's a very good player, but I bought him more for Europe to play in front of the defence, and we don't need that sort of player in the league, as Higuain gets into the penalty area, but never really had the ball under control, did he? Now, one thing that I'm keen to do as well, and I know it was pointed out a couple of seasons ago now, is making sure there's a great ball, but Gadini can't quite beat the goalkeeper. One thing I am keen to do is make sure that we still do have Icelandic players. I try and do it, everywhere that we've been on the Impossible Dream, starting in Wales, of course, and Northern Ireland and Scotland. Is I do want to make sure that we have at least a core, if lack of a better term, of domestic players. So in this case, it'll be Icelandic players. So it's a good header, and it is Roma Mosquera. Doesn't get many, but he's got one there, and it is 1-0. Our opening goal of the season in the league, anyway. And it's one of the big centre backs nodding in Bakali's corner. Good leap as well, wasn't it? Very, very nicely done. So yeah, I've sort of got my Icelandic players that I think are going to be part of, as long as I can keep them going forward. So we've got Rafferson and Baltinson, obviously. They are stars of the academy. But certainly Albert Jonsson's another one that I want to make sure we have around for the long term, because he's quite good. I'm trying to think now, I've gone blank. We've got a couple of other academy guys, obviously, that are on their way through right now. So whether they end up being good enough to be considered first team players, I guess time will tell. And there is a ball forward. Rafferson just makes save after save, doesn't he? And that wasn't the best defending from us. But 70-odd% possession here. It's been a little bit of a rusty start from us. We've seen this before, though, in the first league game of the season. We're not always instantly at our best. All right, so we're not going to let any complacency come into this performance here, are we, guys? Do we have Iskala could come and play on the right wing? I'm recording this before the transfer special's gone out. It'd be like Ture. I am just going to go with Ture, because that's sort of where my brain goes. But yeah, it's probably Ture or something like that. Either way, he's not having a great game. We've got Iskala on the bench. He can come on and make a league debut. Gadini not having a great day, so we can bring Baltinson on for him. And I don't see a need to make too many other changes. We'll try giving it a bit of praise. It's just not quite. It's not quite been the flowing performance that perhaps we would expect. Well, it's not even like we've been creating loads and loads of chances. We've only had 9 shots. And coming into stoppage time, the game is still very much in the balance. And Depe reads that well. Higuain gets it forward for a Scala. And, well, he's offside. I'm fairly sure of that. Rafferson picks it up. And is a Mosquera header from a corner going to be the only goal of this game? Icelandic with a bit of a risky ball to Immonen. Reminder that Parisi, and there's a good ball for Baltinson. Parisi and one of our left backs is away at the International World Cup for the 20s. But Rodrigo Higuain has opened his official account. There's a little bit of an Irish jig as well. And that is 2-0. And finally, a little bit of football was being played there, wasn't it? Depe, nice ball down the line. And Higuain, Baltinson was calling for it, wasn't he, without a doubt. But Higuain took it himself. And, yeah, very, very nicely done. Even if they score here, the 3 points will be coming back to Grindavik with us. But obviously, we'd like to keep a clean sheet as well. Higuain, that's a very, very risky back pass. But who doesn't love a volleyed back pass back to the goalkeeper on the full? There's a ball ahead of Baltinson. This could be his chance. Are we going to get 2 in stoppage time? Neil Baltinson with a stunning finish. And it's his 50th goal, I think that just said, for Grindavik. And he's barely 19, if he is 19. So in the end, we've got there. It's another assist for Bakali. He is a god amongst men. And Baltinson is just too good for this league, isn't he? He's just too good for the league. So 3-0. First game of the season, we'll take that and run. And, yeah, in the end, it's very comfortable. But it was definitely in the balance till stoppage time, wasn't it? But well done, everybody. So straight to the top of the league we go, which is hopefully where we will remain for the rest of the season. And, yeah, we hammer... that's a bit harsh on them. I wouldn't say we hammer them. Immonen is set for a pay rise, which is absolutely fine. And Bakali, 2 assists, 6 key passes. Like I've said before, he is too good to be Australian. Alright guys, wait right there. We'll change up the outfield 10 and we'll be back to face somebody. Who did I say we were facing? Whoever it is in the second game. Okay, welcome back. Now, this doesn't look good, does it? The youth intake preview is poor. In fact, it's extremely poor and I'm not looking forward to that. We may be a little bit slim pickings when that comes around this season, but hopefully, you know, it can be wrong. Who knows? Maybe we'll get a golden generation out of it. Now, so players have committed their futures. Albert Jonsson, who was unhappy, is now a star player on the best part of $5,000 a week. So that's good news. And Mosquera has also committed himself to the club long term, so that is excellent. And we've also had the Icelandic Cup third round tie, which is, of course, the Gags, away to Breidablik. That could have been much, much easier. Now, of course, we did go on and win it last year with the Gags. That's going to be tough, though. That is not the easiest way to start off, is it? So we'll hopefully, we'll hopefully be able to get past them. That'll be next episode. Now, we do, of course, have to catch you up on the goal that you voted as our goal of the season last season. So let's go and do that now. And this was it. It was one of the hallmark results of the season. But what about that from Bakali? The best of the 9 for sure. But let's turn back to domestic matters. We have IBV at home. I can't remember if they were promoted or not. Were they around last season? I honestly can't remember. Shouldn't make a difference. We're expecting a 4-3-3 out of them. And as I said, it's all changed for us. We're changing the 10 outfield. We could honestly probably change the goalkeeper as well, but we'll keep Rafferson in. It'll be Mortensen, who has also signed a new contract to stay at the club. Club trained, of course, another of the Icelandic core that I'm hoping to build. He's going to have Diana making his league debut. Wouldn't want to play him at centre-back against better opposition, but he should be absolutely fine here. And Hadartson, of course, who is another one of the Icelandic players who hopefully we can make into the core of the team. Juleson and Kolla will be the wide players. Turpinson, Olmarkson, and Michalak coming into play as a number 10. Big season for him. If he doesn't deliver this season, then I think we are going to have to look at moving him on. But there's some it's a very, very good player in there somewhere, isn't there? Then it's going to be Nellum making his first appearance in the team as the complete forward next to Neil Baltinson, who, of course, Icelandic core of the team. 18 years old still. What a star he could be. Let's hope he stays for his whole career. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognise any names in the opposition lineup? I don't think so. And what do we want to say to this? It's a match we should be winning. Make sure you do. It's important to make the most of our home games. Let's go with that one. We'll fist pump, say go out there and make me proud. And hopefully they do just that. Alright, and here we go at the Grindavik Stadium. And yeah, like I say, all change. We'll see how we do. Turpinson and Olmarkson. It's been a while since they've played in the same midfield. Mainly just, of course, down to Turpinson's injuries. IBV have not had the great run of things recently, have they? But yeah, that Icelandic Cup draw is far from ideal, isn't it? Away from home, of course, as well. And when we played them away from home in the League Cup, if you didn't see the transfer special, I will tell you that we lost. We lost 4-3. Now, albeit it was a little bit of a weakened team, but then the Gags isn't our first choice team either, is it? So, yeah, that is far from ideal. And, of course, Breidablik being relegated. Oh, and Nellum almost with the perfect start to his league career. I don't think he scored a goal for us yet. He did set up a couple, I think, in the League Cup pre-season, but I don't think he has scored yet. Here we go with Collar. Now, the reason that Collar is playing, great ball there for Nellum. Nellum, Dejana Nellum has got his first ever goal. It was all Markson with the pass, and what a pass it was. You want to go to Saudi Arabia, mate. You are kidding yourself. He can still play here as much as he wants. Look at that ball. Great chest control. And strong enough as well to hold off the defender. That's a really, really nice goal. And yeah, nice early lead as well, which is good to see. Deanna, supposed to be good from a free kick. That was certainly a scout report, but that one's just over the top. Yeah, but I mean, Turpinson just needs to stay fit. We know that he's been a really, really good player for us. He's a team leader as well. But yeah, just didn't play last season, did he? He missed, was it 9 or 10 months? I can't even remember how long it was now, as Rafferson claims the loose ball there nicely. And on we go here. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting, yeah, to play Breidablik away from home with the Gags. I mean, it is a pretty good team, you know, because we'd have, say, Rafferson of this team, Hardardsson, Mortensen, Collar in a back four, Turpinson, Allmarkson, Baltinson. So, you know, you can make an argument that, you know, half of this team would be Gags that could play in that one. So, yeah, we've got a decent right back, of course, in Severson as well. There's a good ball for Nellum. Oh, he doesn't half belt him in, does he? And he has a second goal. I thought Baltinson was going to try and take it, but he was definitely offside. I say definitely. I think he was offside. Yeah, he was definitely offside. Was he? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, just a smidge. Just a smidge. And it's almost a yellow card just for purposely being offside, that one, isn't it? But Nellum on a hat-trick now. Could he get a hat-trick on his league debut? There's a block. Meshalak brings it down. Forward there for Nellum. He is playing in what we'll call the Gadini role of the complete forward. Baltinson, oh, the goalkeeper's come a long way, and Meshalak is there. He doesn't get many, old Vladimir. I think it's only his second for the club, actually. But, of course, playing a little bit further forward in this one as we rest Bakali. And, well, a good ball from Nellum, wasn't it? And the goalkeeper, arguably, two-footed lunge. Are we talking red card there, ref? But either way, play advantage. Meshalak is there, tucks it away, 3-0. And we come straight back. Let's see what becomes of this one now. Yeah, I do think Nellum is going to be, I mean, obviously, I think he's going to be a good player, else I wouldn't have signed him. But I think he's one of those guys that he's not really going to be first choice in any position, but I think we can play him in a number of different roles, and he'll sort of do a really good job for us. So playing him as the advanced forward, as the complete forward here was a little bit of a risk. We try again. The goalkeeper is quick off his line, isn't he? Certainly doesn't lack confidence doing it. As Deanna cleans up there. He could actually work as a covering central defender. He doesn't need a jumping reach necessarily for that. Baltinson's in this time. This time the goalkeeper can't get out to him, but it's offside. Oh, that's a little bit unlucky. How much offside was it? Are we going to ever... will we ever know? There we go. Oh, it's only just. Very, very unlucky. And that should be the halftime score. 3-0. Baltinson only playing a 6-6, but he's had his ankles broken twice and just been caught offside the other time. So I don't think he's doing quite that badly, as we've got a stressed out Meshalek. He's fine. Nellum is lacking belief. How can you lack belief when you've got 2 goals the way you've taken them? Hopefully we'll be able to turn him around in the second half here. Allmarkson to Nellum. Nellum, there's a cracking ball again for Baltinson. And the goalkeeper again comes to the rescue. He does look quite decent, doesn't he? I tell you what, I mean, he's 32. We're not going to sign him, but he was a Grindavik player at one point as well. Oh, Arneson, he was here at the start, was he? Is it the guy who was here at the start? No, we signed him. Okay, I remember now. We signed him to be back up to somebody at some point. Okay, so he obviously is a decent goalkeeper. Of course, we signed him at one point. So nice to see he has landed on his feet in the league. But that's exactly the sort of thing that I want to happen, though. Is guys that don't quite make it with us, that, we didn't bring him back to Iceland, did we? But yeah, that's exactly what we sort of think that we need to be happening. We just need to be happening with maybe some better players and some outfield players. Mashalak. It goes past the post. We did loan out Gudmundsson, who was one of the sort of more defensively minded midfielders. We loaned him out to IA, which is good because they're in Europe this year. So hopefully, he'll play for them and improve them. We don't need to make any subs because everybody on the bench has already played. So yeah, that's a good loan for us to make in terms of helping the rest of the league out. Collar! Oh, I tell you what, not a mile away. And can we get a fourth here? It'd be disappointing not to score in the second half, wouldn't it? But it's one of these games that has been effectively won in the first half, and second half just ticks on by. Nellum he got a knock. He was quite low fitness there, but either way, a double for Nellum, a goal for Mashalik, and Baltinson has somehow managed to walk off that pitch, and somehow managed to walk off the pitch without a goal as well. But Fram have gone top, which is a little bit surprising. 6-0 they've beaten Grotto, so it doesn't bode well for them the rest of the season. Or perhaps Fram is going to be a very good team. But there was an injury. Nellum has got a tight groin, which is why he sort of dropped off at the end there. But very well done. 2 goals for him as well. And he played some nice balls through as well. So then, as a backup to Gadini as the complete forward, or a backup to Baltinson as the advanced forward, it looks like he's got both covered, which is exactly what we want from him. But guys, that will do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up, subscribe if you're new. Let me know what you think of the squad. We've seen everybody. 2-3-0 wins. It's looking fairly decent, isn't it? We'll be back next time to face Breedablink in the cup. If we win, we'll have the 4th round with the Gags. If we lose, we've been poor and then we'll play poor. So on that note, take care.